Hey guys, welcome to the homestead. So I just thought I'd give you a quick update. Usually today, on days like this, I'm out with Jaimie. She went to her treatment today and is also going to be doing her vitamin C IV today. Her dad took her today, and so I'm staying back here to work on videos, work on other work, and just get things done around the homestead, which there is a lot to do. I know a lot of you guys are saying, you know what, you're not making as many videos. Definitely not making as many videos on either channel, mostly because it's I'm running around too much. Obviously, she's my first priority, and so, I'm gone a lot and doing things with her, back and forth, things like that. So, it hasn't been a lot of videos, and so I'm going to be working on onions today, I think. But I wanted to give a quick shout out to the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for all of your well wishes and prayers. All of that really means a lot to her. It's very encouraging for her to see those messages when she gets them. So thank you so much. But just kind of give you an update. She's in her last week, of radiation. She has, today is Thursday, so she has tomorrow, today, tomorrow, and then Monday and Tuesday, and then that's it. And then Wednesday, we're starting hyperbaric treatments. We're going to be doing 90-minute sessions instead of an hour. My nose is itching. Someone's talking about me. So 90-minute sessions instead of an hour, and wow, that really itches. It's always when you start the camera rolling, it's like this hits. I'm not going to pause it. Anyway, so we have hyperbaric starting on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, plus doing, we started Myers cocktails, like an augmented version of Myers cocktail, to help with this and help with, basically get her body back from, the damage that the radiation has done. And the doctor, all the things we're doing, and there's lots of things, I can't go over them all. Eventually, at some point, I'm going to come out with a list of all the things. When Jaimie has beaten this thing and it's all done, we're going to come up with all the list of things we've done, because it was so helpful to us, so helpful to me when I started researching people with squamous cell carcinoma. And I was trying to find testimonies, people who had beaten this. I found lots of people who didn't. What did they do? What did each person do? And so I'm trying to connect those dots, connect the lines, saying, what they did to people who did make it and what people did that they didn't make it, and just try to compare things. And so I basically developed my strategy and plan on that, and just basically reviewing and researching all these different therapies. Do they work? There was one. I remember just black salve. I was looking at black salve, and there were so many people who hated that treatment and how it even disfigured some people. And there were some people who said it worked great for them. But, it was like 50-50, and the horror stories were just so horrible that I was like, I can't do this. I just can't. And Jaimie read the same research I did, and she's like, I just can't. It's just too scary. But then there were some treatments we found that were just like amazing, treatments, and, how they work great for people. And so, the ones that had the best testimonies and the greatest success, we grabbed onto all those, and just compared so many different testimonies with each other. That's kind of been our path during this whole process as she's dealing with cancer. And now the doctors are finishing up. They're very amazed at all the things we're doing. They're very amazed at her progress. They're like, this isn't normal. And the doctor really last week, not this week, but last week, wanted to know what she was doing, because, her mouth sores went away. And that's not normal for someone with radiation, in the head. They usually basically get mouth sores, and they don't go away. They get worse. Sometimes they become infected, and it requires hospitalization. But hers were gone. And the doctor's like, what are you doing? And she's like, you want to know? And he's like, yeah, I really want to know what you're doing. So, and her neck, no blistering. And he was like, whatever you're doing, it's great. We said we're using some various lotions and things like that. The Stockton Aloe 1 lotion, probably the most powerful aloe lotion on the market. Stockton Aloe 1. Very well known for being a medicinal aloe. There's lots of aloes out there. Stockton 1 is the one you want to use, and so we've been using that. The Renew from ASEA, we have been using that, and so that lotion has lots of great reviews out there, even though they're a multi-level marketing. But great product, and so so those types of things have worked out great. And we're just trying to get through this. Once we get through this, then we're going to start doing the hyperbaric again. We're going to be doing Myers cocktail, vitamin C. We are still working with a center nearby to begin doing ozone again. They weren't set up, or nor did they have the knowledge. They were a very new company. They didn't have the knowledge to do ports, which she has a surgical port in her chest right here. It's right by here. And that's how they access her blood. And so to get IVs and things like that, you can just access the port because she doesn't have very good veins in her arms. So they weren't set up to do that, but they say they're going to be training their personnel on this. And so once that happens, we're going to be moving forward, hopefully, with that. Also, what's coming up is the grease test. It's run by a group called the RGCC group. It's rgcc-group.com, I think, is you can find it. If you just search for RGCC group, you'll come up with it. It was highly recommended to us by a number of people. If you're one of those people, thank you. We did our research on that. It's a blood test where they take your blood, they examine it for cancer cells, and they basically take your cancer cells that are found in your blood, and then they test it to about 60 different alternative things out there to see what will respond best to your cancer. And so we're waiting for that to come back. It should be coming back any day now. And when I get that test, we decided we would share it with you so that you could see the things that are going to respond well to Jaimie. And so right now we're throwing everything in the kitchen sink. We're shooting in the dark at this cancer. And we're hoping a lot of this stuff sticks. But this really narrows the focus. So they basically say, okay, all these things work well against your cancer. These certain items here, out of all the ones we're testing, this is what you want to narrow your focus down to. And so a lot of people have used this with great success. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to try it out. And we had to go to Tulsa to get that blood test done. But we hope it's going to be well worth it. Other than that, we'll share that with you when it comes out. Other than that, that's kind of it. Going forward, we're not sure yet when we're going to be able to do another PET scan or CAT scan, CT scan, whatever scan to see what the status of her cancer is, if there's any new tumors. Hopefully there's not. Hopefully we're all good and we're just going to be good from here on out. But we have to do this at certain intervals to make sure. And at that point, we can then look at reconstruction. So there is a place in Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, that is actually pretty popular. They're state of the art. There are people who come from all over the United States to visit them, and they basically do prosthetics for oral cavities. So oral prosthetics, new jaw, new teeth, new whatever. They make it, and they have like some really high-end, state-of-the-art 3D printers they make the stuff on, and other things. And again, people from all over the country coming to this place for oral prosthetics. And so I think we're going to be going there where she can have some of this reconstruction done. And that is really exciting because at that point she can start eating normal again. She can start eating normal foods again. She can start chewing again once all that takes place. And we're just excited. So that's something that we're really hoping comes up soon. But once we get past this this radiation time, and we'll let a little bit of time go by. I'm not sure when the next PET scan or scan is going to be to kind of look at, see where we're at after all of this, the surgery, the radiation, all of this. Once we see all this is done and they take a look and just see where we're at, then we can kind of start seeing that light at the end of the tunnel where reconstruction is concerned, because that's where we want to be, the reconstruction, to get some normalcy brought back to life. She has just had it up to here with liquid foods. And right now, because of the radiation, nothing tastes right. And so the hyperbaric chamber will hopefully allow her to regain some of that taste bud activity, saliva activity. All of that will hopefully start to return mostly to normal, according to the doctor that we're seeing right now. So we'll see how that goes. And the hyperbaric chamber should really accelerate that and promote that healing in her mouth. Okay, I think that's it. Just want to give you a quick update. And I did the podcast over at D-Live today. That looked like it was fun. And had a good amount of folks come up over there. Joshua, if you can hear him right now, he's out there cutting the grass. I have a whole bunch of onions I need to braid. Go ahead and show you real quick. all those onions need to be braided. There's over 100, and they're just out on the deck drying. And so I got to get that today, and I'll do a video probably on how I'm going to do that, how I'm doing it, and maybe share that with you. I've never done it before. So, okay. We'll talk about onions today. Onions. All right, guys. I'll leave it at that. See you next time on the Homestead. Love you guys. Thank you so much, patrons, for supporting us and for being there for us. If it weren't for you, I don't know, man. It's just the gifts that came in and the encouragement, the prayers, all mean so much. And so thank you. I mean, when we get this show back on the road, back to normal, it's going to be all because of you guys. Thank you. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.